Hey guys, StandardVR back with your daily Pokemon battles. If you haven't yet, please do hit that subscribe button down at the bottom. Trying to get to 100 subs. Ultimate goal is 1,000, but baby steps. We're doing a little bit something different today. We're going to go into some VGC doubles. We're going to go ahead and hit that Regulation I double restricted just to see what we can do. I got this really cool team from NASA Plus One. He used this to top cut a 100-person tournament recently. Absolutely busted. Check out his content as well. Alright, so what do we got here? We got some Murkrow and DD Mewtwo expanding force shenanigans. How do we want to deal with that? That Kyurem is looking super dicey. Alright, so here's what I'm looking at. You do have Prankster Tailwind here, but you can't Prankster Tailwind and get Expanding Force up at the same time. We do have a big Choice Scarf Ogre that can kind of punish some things. I'm not sure what to do about Freeze Dry guy over here. I mean, Zacian's going to have to kind of put in some work. So what I'm looking at, I'm almost looking at Torn, Zacian, Ogre, Farigiraf to stop a lead Persian from faking anything out. Amoonguss could also be decent. We are Dark Terror, so that's something to consider. I do like a Torn Zacian, and I think I'd rather go this Amoonguss. Urshifu could be really good for that. I think the Zacian will force a Terra on that Kyurem if they want to bring it. There it is, off the rip. They're probably Fire Terror. I can see it being a very easy thing for them to do. So here, I'm just going to Tailwind. And I'm just going to Protect. I want to see what they want to do. No Terra. Alright. Thunder Wave. Got it. Cool. Dragon Dance. Also cool. Let's see. If you're going to Dragon Dance, I'm going to go ahead and draw off the Raw Bleak Wind. Yeah. That's a Kyurem. And we hit the Bleak Wind. Nice. Alright, they did stagger Tailwind, so things get a little bit dicey if we don't keep up this speed control, so we may want to preserve the Torn in the back. There's the big Mewtwo. This thing gets kind of dicey too. Let's see, we got 2 turns Tailwind left. They have 3. They do have that T-Wave Murkrow, which they are super free. So I think what I want to do, here's what I'm going to do. We're going to go Amoonguss in the Torn slot and Protect. And we're basically going to fodder this Amoonguss to keep the Zacian from being Thunder Waved. Got that Flamethrower Mewtwo. Don't even think that's going to get the KO. You know what's even better? Watch this. We Dark Terror this Amoonguss, we Rage Powder, and we just freaking Blade this Mewtwo. Because can't Prankster attack. Almost gets the Yoko. But we're pretty safe here. And the Scoop. GG's. Alright, let's get another one. Let's go a little bit faster than singles. Alright, we got... Oh, jeez. Okay. How do I want to deal with this? Actually, Weezing is a menace. And they have all of the damage in the world. I think we just go on Amoonguss Kyogre, honestly. And if they want to lead Electro Drift Dude, we're just in for a bad time. Obviously, Dozo is a menace. Callie always does a ton of damage. Sash is nice. I really think Dondozo and Tatsugiri can just kind of wall everything that we have, so I don't know. There's Electro Drift Dude, Mr. Miraidon. Let's see what you got. We're gonna Rage Powder. You're fast. I don't know, wait, because we are stuck. So, the thing is, Spout doesn't do a ton of damage. It's nice that it turns off the legendary. I think we just Rage Powder and we try to delete this weasel. Let's do it. Ooh, that's the Wheezing switches. Alright, well this is still going to be decent damage. Yeah, that's still a 2-shot. Cool. Choice Scar Kyogre, man, it's the truth. Alright, they will switch out. They got that big Cali Shadow. Here I would Terra Dark if I didn't already deal with that. I don't think Torn eats an Astral. I don't think it does. They should know that I'm Scarf, which is why I really think they're going to fake out here. The electric terrain is up. I'm just going to protect here and swap in Torn just to get rid of that fake out pressure. As they Pollen Puff. Okay. That's okay. I just come back in with Ogre, and we go ahead and just Rage Powder and Spout, right? Yeah, there's that Wheezing. You can protect, that's fine. Like, you get the fake out pressure again, but what do you do if I just don't care? Yeah, good play. Caught me out the first time, so, but, you know, it is what it is. So he has a ton of damage. So, we're going to Rage Powder. We're going to switch in Zacian. Just to keep him from getting super boosted. Yeah, it's way too much damage. This is an L, but they played that one turn really weird. So, GG's to them. We don't have... Yeah. They just stay in. Alright, let's get another one. Yeah, I think if we would have just stayed in, we would have, like if we would have just stayed in and Water Spouted on that turn they Pollen Puffed their Iron Hands, we would have just won that. But it is what it is. Alright, so we got some Tailwind and Trick Room action that can happen here. We got a Wide Guard Mon over here, which is something to be very wary of. Especially like a close combat into Zacian could be dicey. So, I think what you kind of want to do... Zacian's really good at baiting out those Terras. And Ogerpon is really strong into the team. I think what we do is we just... See, if we go Amoonguss... If we go Amoonguss Kyogre and they lead Torn Ogre, we're just in for a bad time. I kind of like Torn Ursh with Ogre Zacian in the back. Just kind of send all the damage out at once and see how they want to deal with this. Here I'm just going to Bleak Wind and I'm actually just going to hard swap in Zacian here. Because I think they fake out the Urshi. Or they just swap in the Ogerpon on a Bleak Wind, which is nice. I'm assuming Trick Room here. We just made it slower. It's fine. I don't think they have... I mean, obviously the Ogerpon can Swords Dance, but I don't think the Dialga really gets any setup, so I think I'm just going to Double Protect, start wasting some of these Trick Room turns if I can. And we could also see if this Dialga wants to Terra to avoid like a close combat. No, they're just gonna Flash Cannon. It's cool. Flash Cannon, Ivy Cudgel. Dope. So they ignored the Torn. So I'm just gonna Bleak Wind. And if that's your play, is there a reason not to go into Kyogre? Because like Kyogre's not the greatest in this matchup. This also means that like my Bleak Winds hit, so like don't even lose the Ogre and you lose your Ogre Pawn. And this Torn is still sitting pretty at full health. Alright. There's that guy back. I'm just gonna Bleak Wind. And I'm honestly fine. We got 2 turns of Trick Room left. I'm honestly fine losing the Ogre here. Yeah. That's fine. Because then here we just come in. What do you have in the back? Yeah, Hitmontop, Dialga, Ogre Pawn. So it's your Ogre. Both of these are good at getting rid of this Dialga. I'm very wary about what kind of Terra this is. I'm gonna go Ursh. And I'm just gonna drop a Double Protect. They can pivot, they can... I don't know what. But I'll let them do it. Play this nice and slow passive. Big Double Protect. Wide Guard. And a Draco Meteor. Cool. Alright, so... they want a Draco. I'm just gonna Bleak Wind because if you're going to Wide Guard, you're going to Wide Guard. And I'm just gonna Close Combat as they Fairy Terror. Alright, cool. That's fine, get some damage. Obviously Bleak Wind doesn't do anything because of Wide Guard. Trick Room. I'm gonna Bleak Wind and I am going to Aqua Jet. You. There's the Ogre. 27. Nice chip. Nice chip. And I can do it again next time. That looks Assault Vested, if I am not mistaken. Alright, Rain's gone, so you're not really that much of a threat. Could just drop a double. They have a lot of control here. I mean, obviously I think Aqua Jet would pick up even outside of the rain being gone. I don't know if Zacian can eat a full powered spout. So actually here what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and protect here to see if I can get a double and Aqua Jet this guy out. We don't get the double, we do get rid of the Dialga as they delete both those things. Obviously, yeah, this is not a great situation. Alright. We do get the Intimidate off, which is not great. We're just going to protect here. I guess it could have Feint. Does it have Feint? It doesn't have Feint. Alright. Here's basically our only play. We are intimidated. We have to Stellar Terra. We have to play rough and hope for a crit, and that this close combat from this Hitmontop doesn't end our life. Let's see it. Mach Punch. That did nothing, and they are not choiced. Cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty much GG. It's just a double Mach Punch will kind of end that there, so... Don't even get the KO there. GG's. Cool team. I like that team a lot. Anyways, I think we're going to call it there for this one. Fun set of games. Maybe we'll do some more VGC videos. Let me know what you would prefer, if you'd rather VGC or singles. I am down to play both. I enjoy playing both. I have more of a VGC background. But let me know. As always, have a great day. Please like, please comment, please subscribe.